This story is about a bat named Eddie, whose fragility and incredible strength have forever stayed in my heart. He was born prematurely, and his life was in the balance from the very beginning. He didn't have the strength to hold on to his mother like all flying fox babies, the amazing megabats that live in Australia. Eddie fell out of her arms when she left him overnight to forage for food. Workers found him on a sidewalk in a park and took him to a wildlife hospital. And then he came to me into my caring hands. I'm a volunteer rescuer, and bats are my life. But Eddie was special. He was so tiny and weak that he needed a special incubator to keep him at the perfect temperature for his fragile body. He had to be bottle-fed every 3 to 4 hours, and I remember holding him in my arms with trepidation as I watched him slowly gain strength. These moments filled my heart with warmth. Flying foxes are incredibly social and emotional animals. They form strong bonds with those they perceive as their mothers. Eddie was no exception. He remembered my voice, recognized me, and sometimes I felt that if he could talk, he would call for me to pick him up or feed him. When he started to open his eyes and move around more, I saw his true character for the first time. He was a little fighter with a huge will to live. Eddie, like all bats, was extremely affectionate. He loved to feel love and attention. From an early age, he learned to flap his wings to exercise his lung muscles. His movements were graceful and majestic, like a true aerial acrobat. I even loved his smell, a strong, musky scent unique to bats. Their eyesight, by the way, is amazing. They see as well as we do during the day, but at night, their vision is much sharper than ours. They live in a world of shadows, where their voices are brightest, especially the males. Their loud noises are their way of showing their power. When Eddie got older, he was sent to the flight aviary, the place where we do a soft release into the wild. It's a sort of halfway house where the animal learns to live independently but is still protected. Eddie spent about 5 weeks there, gaining confidence in his abilities. Then the doors to the enclosure opened. I watched him cautiously leave the sanctuary and explore the world. It took another week before he finally decided to leave us. I was sure he would find his place in one of the outlying colonies. Male fruit bats mark their territories with a scent gland on their necks and attract females by roaring. I knew he could do it, but it was incredibly hard to let him go.
Do you have a mouthful of apple?
Every time I see a bat fly out of the darkness of the night, I think of Eddie. Maybe it's him coming back for a moment to say goodbye, to let me know he's okay. Although I no longer have any control over his fate, I know I did my best to make sure he was ready for this world. Eddie taught me that even the smallest of creatures are capable of great things. If you like this story about Eddie, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more touching and inspiring stories. If you're considering getting an exotic pet, I strongly recommend reaching out to professionals first and thoroughly researching their care. Only then can you ensure your pet has the happy, healthy life they deserve.